teens from the John Jay Science and Engineering Academy feel an extra spark of inspiration now after a visit to a local manufacturer.
Leah Durain took the tour as well of the Ultrafire facility with the students and shares what those kids remember most.
This bright green laser was a showstopper for teens excited to one day work in the engineering field.
The area where they had the laser, that was really interesting.
Theirs was a laser cutter, and I found that very fascinating, and that by far that was my favorite, so yeah.
The machine is one of several tools used to produce deep fryers for dozens of popular restaurant chains.
I love high-tech things, so it's been cool seeing a robot in action. I've never seen that before, especially because it looked like the ones from Iron Man, and I really am a nerd about Marvel movies.
In honor of Manufacturing Day, Ultrafire opened its doors to local students, offering the next generation a chance to see the advantages of the industry for themselves.
As a company who is promoting community involvement, and especially in this day, we wanted to show the community what manufacturing means in Ultrafire systems. We wanted to show them our processes from the beginning, from engineering stages, fabrication, welding, assembly, and all the way until we test.
The students are dreaming about their futures. They have different careers in mind, but each of them learned something during the tour.
This actually kind of proved to me that I'm actually going to use these programs, I'm actually going to use this information out in the real world, and I found that very fascinating.
Diego hopes to enter the biomedical field, creating prosthetics and artificial organs. For Jessica and Abigail, they share a common goal.
It'd be cool to work in the engineering department here. I see how they do things, and I would like to do something like that.
When we went to the engineering section, the programming, I was like, yeah, that sounds complicated. That sounds like me. I would probably want to do that.
The employees at Ultrafire say they're happy their hospitality is making an impact. Leah Durain, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
I didn't know they made deep fat fryers here.
And now you do. That's cool. You know,
it's pretty cool.
What's so awesome about this is that so many companies now are looking for these specifically skilled workers, and they can't find them because a lot of people are graduating, getting their 4-year degree, but not necessarily the experience in specific skills in STEM per se.
Yeah, that kind of leads us into something else. College not for everybody, but getting a vocation, a trade, can be very important.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you become a plumber or an electrician or something like that in the next 15, 20 years, you'll probably be a millionaire.
Yep.
That's true.
There's not many people wanting to do it.
Yeah, we've got to have some business skills to go along with it.
Millennials don't know how to do it.
It's just nice to see companies actually, entertaining this idea and starting to attract younger and younger kids in high schools and community colleges as well.
Yeah, so. Maybe I'll go become a plumber.
It's too late.
Yeah, maybe.
You have the talent.
Yeah, maybe not.